Welcome to Tales by Tyrell. Let stories turn struggle into strength. Today we bring you the extraordinary journey of women who had nothing but a dream, a pen, and unshakable belief. This is the story of J.K. Rowling, the woman who wrote her way out of darkness. She was born Joanne Rowling in a small town in England. A quiet girl, she was often found with her nose in a book, completely lost in worlds of dragons, witches, and castles. From the age of 6, she was already writing her own tales, tiny stories about rabbits and imaginary friends. The world around her may have been ordinary, but her mind, pure magic. As she grew older, she never let go of that dream to become a writer. But reality, as it does for many, had other plans. She studied, got a degree, and took up regular jobs. Still, the stories stayed with her, always whispering in the background. Then one day, on a delayed train from Manchester to London, something incredible happened. An idea came to her, clear as daylight. A young boy with messy black hair, glasses, a lightning-shaped scar. He didn't know it yet, but he was a wizard. And she didn't know it either, but that boy was about to change her life. She began to write Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But as the words flowed, life began to collapse around her. Her mother passed away, leaving her heartbroken. She moved to Portugal, hoping for a fresh start. There, she married, had a daughter, and then went through a painful divorce. Alone and struggling, she returned to the UK, carrying nothing but her baby, her manuscript, and a storm inside her. She had no job, no money. She was living on government support, depressed, suicidal. By her own words, she had hit rock bottom. But sometimes, rock bottom is exactly where the strongest stories begin. Every day, she pushed her daughter's stroller to a nearby cafe. While the baby slept, she wrote, page after page. Not for fame, not for money, but because the story mattered. Because giving up was not an option. When the manuscript was finally complete, she sent it to publishers. One said no, then another, and another. 12 rejections. Some didn't even bother replying, but still, she believed. Finally, a small publishing house, Bloomsbury, took a chance on her. The owner's 8-year-old daughter read the first chapter and immediately asked for more. That little girl's curiosity became the key that opened the door. In 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published. At first, just 500 copies were printed. But soon, something incredible happened. Readers of all ages fell in love with the boy wizard and the woman who created him. The books sold out, then sold millions, then hundreds of millions. They were translated into dozens of languages. They became a global phenomenon, and J.K. Rowling became the first billionaire author in history. But through it all, she never forgot the pain behind her success. She spoke about depression, loss, and failure with honesty and strength. She donated millions to charity. She reminded the world that you don't need to be extraordinary to begin, only determined. J.K. Rowling's story is not about magic spells or wizards. It's about a woman who was rejected, broken, and defeated, but who kept going. It's about the power of believing in your own voice even when the world is silent. It's about rising not because someone opened the door for you, but because you kicked it open yourself. So if you feel stuck in your own dark chapter, remember her. Remember that every no brings you one step closer to your yes. Remember that your story matters even if no one has read it. And just like J.K. Rowling, you too can rise from the ashes. You too can create something that changes the world. Because rock bottom is in the end. Sometimes it's the beginning.